everybody who is interested in show choir, and to just give you some basic information on how this is going to work with our current programs, if you're already a music theater student or private student here at Creative Learning, just to kind of give you some information, okay? Show choir. In the state of Georgia, it's kind of weird because show choir is a very big deal in most other parts of the country, except for here in Georgia. Part of that is because of the strong choral traditions we have in the state of Georgia, and the teachers and the culture that works to preserve that. However, in other parts of the country, show choir is a very huge big deal and often leads to successful stage singing, commercial singing, and actually professional singing on places such as cruise ships, Disney, Six Flags, etc. So why I think show choir is so important is I think it's important for us to embrace what should be here in Georgia and create what should be here in Georgia if it's not being done. I have opened and started a program like this before in the school system, and we were extremely successful, and now I would kind of like to take that out and then give other kids opportunities from around Fayette County and the surrounding areas to form a choir to go for competition. So what is show choir? What is the difference? Well, chorus traditionally in schools, you will sing a variety of music. The state standards say that we need to sing classical, sacred, secular, modern, arts pieces. I mean, everything. There's all different kinds of pieces that you sing. However, in the show choir world, it's a little different. It is primarily contemporary music, specifically 1955 through the present. Occasionally, we do borrow some pieces from the jazz and swing era, but is definitely geared for contemporary singing and contemporary harmonies. So you will find a lot more of the Jacksons, more Motown, 50s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, things like that. And we do this, we usually put together 3 or 5 song routines that kind of tell a story from beginning, middle to end. It's a little easier with 5 songs than it is with 3, but that's the whole idea, is that you tell some kind of story without words, but through your movement and through the songs, and that's your routine that you present to the judges. 5 song routines, as I said, a little easier to do. 3 song routines, a little harder to do, but it's not that it can't be done, and that's where we focus on choreography. Choreography is a huge part of show choir. Normally, choral settings, people are very, very still. The traditional setting is very still. You let the music speak for itself. You let the music breathe on its own. However, show choir is extremely visual as much as it is musical. So it is very much about dancing, movement, singing, different formations of the choir on the risers as well as off the risers. Things that are very common to cheer: uniformity, everybody wearing the same type of shoes, having the same bows in their hair or same type of clip in their hair. And again, simple things. So if their hand is like this and someone is too high, those are deductions. So those type of things, the precision and movement, and then how that movement matches your choreography is part of how they judge show choir. But make no mistake that this is a singing activity. It is meant to be a singing activity. It's a choral activity, and the judges are very, very committed to the quality of the singing that happens. Now, this particular choral singing is typically far more harmonic than what you may see in stage and music theater. Music theater, there's a lot of solos. Occasionally you'll have big endings with some free harmony, but this is a little bit more specific because the judges actually have the music in their hand. So they are looking to see, are we singing the harmonies as written? Are we following the music as written as far as timing, crescendos, ritardandos, the feel of the piece, the style of the piece, the movement of the piece? And so they are following those things meticulously, and just as they grade for someone's hand being here or here, they will grade for things like balance and intonation and tone and making sure that all of your parts are represented. So it's not just a choral activity, it's also a physical activity. In the show choir world, we compete, middle and high schools compete together. So we will be able to form a team of middle and high schoolers, but we also have to compete against middle and high schoolers. It's looking like, based on the information we have coming in, that we have kids from 6th to about 9th grade, which will be a perfect group of kids. We need to have 15 in order to make a team, but ultimately we are looking for 20. If we can get 20 kids, we can have a really bona fide team. 15, given the amount of choreography and the things that you like to do for an overall visual effect, 15 is a little sparse. It's not like we can't do it, we can. But if we can get 20, that would be phenomenal, okay? So show choir, again, not as big here in Georgia, but it's gonna change as more and more people are moving here for Pinewood and other industries. There's gonna be a demand for this. And so I would love to lead Fayette in the charge in getting a show choir group together so that we can go and compete. Now the competition is going to be in March, and it is at Southern Star Music Festivals, which is held at Six Flags. So there's a really cool place next to it called the Riverside Epicenter. And in that epicenter is where we go and we compete. Now we don't compete and get in front of other people. We only compete in front of judges. So it's very quiet. Very interesting. You don't get a chance to see everybody. Unlike other competitions when you do get a chance to see everybody. And if for some reason we do end up with 20 kids, which puts us at the next threshold, there's another competition that I'm aware of. It's just over the state line in Alabama. But they are open to private studios competing, and that is truly an amazing show choir experience. I've had the fortunate privilege of going there twice, and last year my kids won, so which was great. So that's always something that we can discuss, the possibility of doing a 5-song routine and going to Alabama as well as doing the Six Flags, but we need to get our team together first. So if you are already a client at Creative Learning Studios, you've already been here before, we know you, we know your family, thank you for being here. You do not have to audition. We already know how you sing. We already know how you dance. Just sign up. I just need to know who we have, if we can form a team. If you've not been a client here before in a musical capacity, then yes, we would like to meet you. And our audition is not to cut kids, it's not to say, oh, this child can't sing above this note or whatever, this child doesn't have coordination. I'm not worried about that. The purpose of me listening to kids coming in this weekend is to listen to what part they are, to listen if they're strong in alto, strong in soprano, what I can do as a teacher to make them better. So that's the whole purpose of this weekend, is to kind of meet kids who haven't been here before musically, answer any questions, direct one-on-one with a parent, and then go from there. So rehearsals. We have lots of kids right now that are in musicals in different parts of our area, whether they are the private studios that are doing some theater, or also in their schools doing some theater, or they'll be returning to us for our spring shows. So as of right now, especially with the holidays coming, we are simply going to have rehearsals on Fridays from 5 to 6:30. That is it. And that is more than enough singing, because we're going to focus on the choral piece of this first. And once we get the choral piece done, then we can focus on the choreography. So that's where we're going to go for now. We're going to go Fridays. I'd love to start before Thanksgiving. If I can get that off the ground, that would be great. If not, we'll just wait till after Thanksgiving. But to get everybody's music in hand, to go over the music that we're going to do, and to begin to start to work those harmonies, because as I said, this is a lot more choral than some of the other programs we have here. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is to talk to everybody about the style that they'd like to bring to this, because this does involve their input and their investment and their ideas, their creative ideas. So then we will go ahead and we will order the costuming for them. Girls, you'll have to have your own shoes, character shoes. You can simply get these off of Amazon. I've seen them as cheap as $14.99. Usually they're around $19.99. But we will let you know if they need to be taupe color, or if they need like skin color, whether taupe or brown, or if they need to be black. Chances are we're going to go with black. But before you go ahead and order, let's just to let you know, that's kind of where we're going with that. And Creative Learning will take care of procuring the dresses, and then the dresses, because they're very, very expensive. So we will take care of procuring the dresses here. And then your children can borrow them for the purposes of the competition. As far as the guys are concerned, we will do that too. We will be more than happy to provide the vests and the bow ties, and if we have a color sock or hat or anything else that needs to go with that, we'll be happy to provide that as well. Girls will provide, if we all have a clip or something, we'll provide that for you as well. The tuition is going to be $59 per month for the rehearsals, and that includes all of your music, all of our backtracks, and your folio, and the choreography and the teaching and all of the stuff the rights and all of that goes into it. There is a second payment that needs to be made as soon as you sign up, and this is for Southern Star. Not immediately when you first sign up, but within the first month. We need to collect our funds to pay for the competition. Most everybody, what we do is each family will write a check to Southern Star for participation in the contest. I believe if you do not have, the price is, if you do not have a Six Flags pass, is $79. That $79 gets you 2 passes into Six Flags for the day. It also gives you a meal ticket, and it gives you entrance into the competition to pay for the judges' fees, and it also gives you a really cool t-shirt, and the t-shirts are really cool this year. So that is what that covers. But the other tuition will cover the choreography, the teaching, the tracks, the music purchase, and all of that for your kids. What else? Oh, and the cool thing is, and part of this tuition, is that we get to work with Lisa Howard. Lisa Howard is a Broadway star. She's also been in Breaking Dawn, and she's a film star, and she actually got her start in show choir. So she is working with a studio on the north side, and she is very invested in mentoring us here at Creative Learning for our show choir, because she realizes the importance of this, the training that you get as far as the dancing and the singing. If you've never danced before, if you've danced since you were 3, we bring all of that together here under the one routine. But she agrees that this is a great way, if you've never had dancing before, or you need to work on your stage singing versus your traditional choral singing, this is a great way to do that, especially to develop your ear in learning the harmonies. So she will be mentoring us. Sometimes she'll be here. Sometimes when she's here in town, she will make it a point to be here, or chances are we're going to use Skype a lot for her to kind of see what we're doing and how we're doing it here at Creative Learning, and to answer questions and to give feedback and input. She was on a championship team, so she kind of knows what she's talking about. So that'll be really great for the kids to get to connect with her. What else? Okay, so if you are someone who's never worked with us before, please go to our website and sign up. And you are more than welcome to stop by between 4 and 6 on Sunday, and we can just chat, go over everything. Your child is welcome to sing. They don't have to prepare anything serious. They can just, sing something that they enjoy singing for about 30 seconds. That is all I need to hear. I'm just trying to get a sense of who they are, why they're doing this, to welcome them here, to welcome your family here. I am not about making anybody uncomfortable or feel intimidated. If somebody is committing to the show choir, we are committing to you. So there is no chance of being cut or discarded or never hear from us or anything like that. So so that's, feel free to sign up. If for some reason we don't end up with 15, I will let everybody know, and we'll just go in a different direction. But if we do get our 15 and hopefully 20, then we can move ahead and we will have a fantastic time. I promise you, show choir is great. The kids will compete in March. It'll be on a Saturday, and they get to go to the park that day. And then they spend time with their friends in their show choir. They get to spend time, and they can change obviously into jeans and put on the t-shirt. The competition wants us to wear the t-shirt, and they can play in the park all day. And then at 7 o'clock that night, we go to the award ceremony, and the award ceremony is inside Six Flags, and it's by Batman. And they will present your rating. There's a gold, silver, and bronze rating, and then they actually give you an award for who has the highest points in that division. So right now, it is my understanding there are 3 other show choirs competing that weekend in our division, 1 middle school and 2 high schools. So, and we would be competing against them. So age doesn't really play a factor in this too much. It does to some degree, but it doesn't necessarily, because middle schools have beat high schools before. And it's really about just going and just doing something fun, okay? And doing something meaningful and learning along the way. So that is that. Again, like I said, we're trying to pull together a team. We'd love for you to be on our team. We have a lot of fun here at Creative Learning Studios, and yes, we do work hard, but we get a lot of great results in all of the things that we do. So if you're interested, please go to our website, www.creativelearningstudios.com, or just plan on stopping by on Sunday between 4 and 6. And you can meet me, and ask me questions, and I can listen to you sing, and then we can go from there. But I'm super excited about the opportunity to try and pull this together. I have long believed, because of both my public school career and also outside of public school, that learning to sing commercially is a really important skill for those kids who are strong in vocal. Not only will that give them an opportunity to do things on stage, both at their schools and also in the community, and also here at Creative Learning, but it also will help them to pursue jobs at Six Flags or Disney or cruise ships, or opportunities for them to sing anywhere professionally. And then if they wanted to go into recording or singing or performing or anything like that as they move into college. So this is a very specialized, it's a niche kind of training. In your course programs at school, you're getting fabulous broad spectrum training. This is very much a niche training. So anyway, that's what we have to offer. I hope that you're as excited as I am. I am very excited to embrace this. I've wanted to do this since I opened over a year and a half ago, but I was in the schools and had another course that I was doing this in the school, so it would have been not very fair to have created one outside of school to compete against one that I was creating in school. So now I have a chance to create a show choir open to anyone, and then we can go and compete against other counties and other schools throughout the Southeast at the Southern Star Music Festival coming up in March. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm excited for your child to be involved. I'm so thankful for all the parents who have said yes. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach me, and I thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to reaching back out to you coming very soon, within the next week. Have a great day.